Whether you're playing the Nintendo Switch in handheld or in dock mode, there's a ton of different ways to go ahead and play your content as far as different types of controllers out there. There's the built-in Joy-Cons and Joy-Con grips that many people use and like. There is the Switch and the Switch Lite. Each one provides a different sort of feel in handheld mode. You can even go ahead and pick up third-party controllers or Nintendo's own exceptional Switch Pro controller like what I have here. Well, not exactly like this one. This one, we've actually installed a different case and buttons on it to make it look like my favorite system of all time, the Super Nintendo. Hey everybody, Gary here with Rock Solid Productions. I hope you are doing well, and I thank you for stopping by and checking out our video that we have here today. If this is your first time here, I invite you to check out some of the other videos on our channel, including the tutorial on how we went ahead and did this case swap. It's actually pretty inexpensive. It's a really fun mod to do, especially if you've never done any mods before. Pretty easy to do. Now, what I want to know from you here today, behind me, I have Super Mario Kart 8 Deluxe playing on the Switch. I also have it for the Wii U. I loved this game on the Wii U, and for me, when I saw that it was coming out for the Switch, it was a day one purchase. I want to know, did you ever play it on the Wii U? I'm really curious to see how many people have had the Wii U version. So the folks over at AOLION contacted me recently and said, hey, we've got a new Nintendo Switch Pro style controller that we're wondering if you would want to check out. I'm always up for good controller reviews, so that is what we are going to do here today. They have offered in a number of different color schemes. We have the red and blue one here with kind of the white background. I actually really like the looks of it. So what we're going to do, we're going to take it, we're going to throw it on the photo bench, we're going to kind of check and see how it feels in the hand, some of the features that it has, and we're going to play some games with it. Let's get started. So here we have the AOLION, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, AOLION, so AOLION. Controller on our bench here. This is, like I mentioned, it is the blue and red version on here. On the top you can see it has motion controls and rumble. Bluetooth wake up, so I'm hoping that that means that it will wake our Switch from sleep. On the back has an indication here, so you can kind of see too, this got ripped up in shipping, which is disappointing. But here you can see it has a screenshot button, your minus button, L button, left analog stick, rectional pad, rectional. It says rectional. LED indicators, home button, right analog stick, A, B, X, Y buttons, R button, your plus button, and a turbo button as well. And then on the side shows you how to go ahead and charge the controller too. On that side you can also see just a description of the different functions of the controller. We're going to release it. Now it does come with a charge cable. It's a pretty thin gauge wire. It is USB-C, so that is good to see. I'm glad to see that we are progressing and getting more and more things that are USB-C. Very happy about that. All right, and let us take a look here. So looking at the controller itself, it feels like the handles kind of kick out a little bit more than the stock Pro controller. Analog sticks feel okay. D-pad feels okay. One thing I want to do is I do have my Pro controller handy here. I just want to compare a few things here. So A, B, X, Y are in the proper locations where other controllers have swapped that out. I do want to check I have my caliper here, and one thing I'm always curious to see is how other manufacturers change around the D-pad. So the stock Nintendo one, 22 millimeters tall, 22.3, so a little bit bigger, not terribly so. Space between the X and the Y button is, we are looking at 29.1, 33.7. So the buttons are closer together on this than on here. And this is just the Fixture Gaming S1 that I have attached to my Pro controller, which while I have it out, let's just check and see if this fits. I'm kind of doubting it, but we'll make sure. Actually, it fits. That's impressive. This is now only the third controller that I've tested that works with the Fixture Gaming S1. The Nintendo Pro Controller obviously works, the KMD Pro Controller, and now this one too, so that's very cool. The buttons have, and I'm going to pop the Fixture Gaming S1 off here. Buttons very flat profile, and I will say they are small. They do feel small. There's your home button, turbo, plus minus, capture button there. Overall, it's okay, not terrible. I will say that the ZR and ZL both feel like they are digital, not analog. The L and R definitely analog, or digital, not analog there too. Overall, not terrible. So let's go through. We're going to hook this up to our switch, and I've got my switch handy right here. So we're going to go here to change grip order. And now this actually has a pairing button on the back here by the USB-C port, but I want to check the manual real quick. So looking at the manual, it says that we need to long press the docking button of the controller. So docking button, I'm assuming that's the one, the pairing button. Yes, that's what they're calling the pairing button. So we'll press this down for 3 seconds. Yep. And now it is searching. It just paired. Very cool. That was actually pretty quick and painless. And as you can see, we are paired and everything to this. Not too shabby there. I wish I could test it on Super Mario 35, but I can't. So before we get to testing, 2 things I want to check real quick. I want to see if this can awaken the Switch from sleep mode, and I want to check Amiibo. So we're going to hold down the home key. You can see behind me we have the Switch. It is searching. It powered on our Switch. That is a good thing. It is paired. Now we are going to go down to System Settings, Amiibo, and let's see if we have Amiibo support. We have Amiibo support. That's terrific. So very good so far. I'm going to back out of here just so you can hear again. So thus far, we have Amiibo support. We have Awaken from Sleep, and it fits the Fixture Gaming S1. That's outstanding. I am very impressed so far, and I haven't even played a game yet, which we're going to do right now. So let's go ahead and do some more gameplay with this. I'm going to drop into Sonic Mania. I haven't played Sonic Mania in quite some time. Great game, great looking game, great homage to the original Sonic the Hedgehog games. And it's one of those that you could use the analog stick or the D-pad on this. I will say this is a little bit more comfortable than I thought it would be, although I am not digging the fact that the arms sweep out quite as far as they do. I don't want my wrists at quite an angle. I wish that they were angled in slightly. Button presses feel good. I mean, that's the one thing about Sonic is it's not a real taxing game as far as lag, latency, button presses, stuff like that. It just needs to work, quite honestly. And granted, this is only a few seconds in on Green Hill Zone, but it's feeling good. I'm hoping we can get to a bonus level here in a second. There, we should be able to hop in here, and this should kind of tell us lag, latency, performance-wise how this works. Now I've switched to the analog, or to the D-pad for this. Forget who it was. I didn't realize initially that if you went and did the parameter of the blue balls like this, blue balls, that it changes it to coins. So you've got 100 blue balls so far, or spheres if you prefer. Now it's speeding up. D-pad's feeling good for this. I'm going to move back to the analog stick just because the positioning is a little bit more comfortable. Although I'm not feeling that the D-pad or that the analog stick is quite as precise as the D-pad was. Arrgh! Why did that not switch to coins? That was weird. It's always a challenge to try to get as many of those coins as you can. And then watch out for that chameleon thing that kind of comes in and out of frame right there. Disappears, reappears. Got a couple extra rings there. I think I called them coins. Sorry, Sega fans. I know I called them coins just a few minutes ago. That's the Mario fan in me. Ooh, that could have been a lot worse than it was. There we go. Got an extra life. But Sonic feels, very tight here. Like a tiger. Collecting all these rings of gold. Ha ha! That was an unfortunate schmelting accident. Please, I hope someone got those references. All right, another bonus area here. This is where I have to catch the UFO. This always reminds me more of a 32X or a Saturn level. But I think it looks great. It's fun. All right, need to catch him. Oh, went a way bit wide. That's what the rings are for, is for time. Okay, now I get it. Got him. Got a Chaos Emerald. Okay, we're going to move out of Sonic Mania now. One of my controller tests I always do is going to be Street Fighter, just because lag, latency, delay, the accuracy of button presses and everything. This is a great test that I have found. It's almost like when I do clone video game systems for the NES and I throw Super Mario Brothers in, because the rings, coins always are kind of a telltale sign. Is it right? Is it not? Yeah, the one thing I will say about the overall layout is I wish it was either slightly narrower or the D-pad was a little bit more to the left. I feel like I'm reaching over a bit more than I would really like to for the D-pad. We've got Ryu versus Cammy? Yes. Got her. Nice combo there. Now for this, I am using the analog stick, at least initially. Nice combo there for Cammy. Got her. All right, not able to pull off the dragon uppercut there. I am going to try it here with the D-pad and see if it's any easier to pull off. Ooh, nice reversal there. Ooh, she's got me. Ooh, cannon drill. Got me. So we're going to go to the third round. I'm going to go back to the analog stick to see if it's any better. I'll tell you, if you want to see someone who's very good at this, and I'm actually saying something nice about him here, Gabbo from the Pixel Game Squad is a terrific Street Fighter player, and she just kicked my rear end. All right. Final test we're going to go to on this one here is I'm going to go into the Super NES online side, because I'm going to go to Star Fox to test out the turbo functionality. He's gone turbo. Yep, so all that you do is you press and hold the T button and the button you want turbo assigned to. Perfect, that's exactly what I want. And we're going to go to the game itself. Now, I haven't talked about it much. The rumble on here is, well, it's annoying. It's a buzzing. It's not a rumble, and I'm not a big fan of it. That's about the only thing about this controller thus far that I will say has disappointed me. USB-C for power, easy pairing. Oh, we are going to check one other one after this. I lied. We are going to check one other game after this. You know, the analog sticks feel good. I do wish that it was a little bit narrower, and I'm not quite thrilled with the placement of the D-pad. ABXY are okay. A little bit small, not terrible. Definitely better than what you would get with a Joy-Con and a Joy-Con grip, that's for sure. So now we should have, there you can see we've got turbo blasters. Now we will get twin blasters. Now I'm using the analog stick, now I'm going to switch to the D-pad. The analog stick felt just fine. You know, hitting the double L or double R to do the rolls are not, you know, they're not bad. They're hitting exactly as they should be. Saved your rear end there, Slippy. Yeah, I will say overall, there have been other controllers I've tested recently that have kind of let me down when it comes to the turbo function. Oh, I flew right by that. That was stupid. They've let me down in terms of the turbo functionality, but this is exactly as it should be. Overall performance seems to be just fine. You know, I haven't completely discharged the battery. I did charge it up after we did the bench test with it real quick, just to kind of make sure that we had a full battery life and performance here. Yeah, I mean, overall, I'm very impressed with what this is. It actually is performing better than I had thought that it might. It does still kind of have a little bit of a plasticky feel to it, so you're not getting the premium materials such as like the the official Nintendo Pro Controller would have, but you're also not paying that same price either. Oh. Now, question for all of you out there as we're getting through this. Since there weren't many Star Wars games when this came out, I want to say there was Super Star Wars, Super Empire Strikes Back, and maybe Super Return of the Jedi. Have you ever kind of pretend that you were actually more in an X-Wing than an R-Wing when you were playing this? I know I did. Alright, that's another area where the turbo comes in handy, is right there. I mean, we are cheating. Let's make no bones about this. We are completely cheating right now with the turbo function. Whoa! Heavens to Murgatroyd, stage left. Got him. All right, last game we're going to check out is a game you guys see me test frequently on here, and that's Horizon Chase Turbo. And the reason why, first of all, A, it's a great game. B, it's a good test of whether or not the triggers are analog or digital. And just the feel of these, I am feeling that these are going to be digital triggers. So a bit of a bummer. I would prefer analog performance, but then again, the stock Nintendo Pro Controller is also a digital ZL and ZR. Yes, confirmed. It is a digital trigger for the ZL and ZR. If I let off a little bit, it completely stops. So that's a bummer. And there was a good example there. I don't know if you heard the buzz that was the rumble. It's not a pleasant feeling, I will say that much. And that's one of the things that I would like to see them improve, is the rumble performance. But the fact it works with Amiibo, it wakes up the system, it's relatively comfortable in the hands. The biggest drawbacks, I would say, are the fact that the triggers are digital and not analog, and the fact the rumble is more of a buzz than a rumble. You know, real nice precise control there. You saw me making subtle corrections on my car, going down that short chute. Hollymood, if you look in the background, Holly, M-O-O-D. So, initial thoughts, like I say, I wish the D-pad were over to this side just a little bit, or that they just shrunk the width down a little bit. I don't like the fact my hands are kicked out quite as far on here. ABXY could be a little bit larger, and the digital versus analog triggers on ZR and ZL, and then the rumble is more of a buzz than a rumble. Works with Amiibo. It works to wake up your system. The analog sticks feel good. The button presses are precise. The turbo works. I think for everything packed into this is not a bad controller. And you know, the fact too, it fits into the Fixture Gaming S1 grip. This is only the third controller I have found that does that. It's time to wrap things up. So final thoughts. Is this something that you should consider picking up, or something you should bypass? Well, like I mentioned, the rumble's terrible. There's no nice way to put it. The rumble is terrible on here. It's a buzz, it's not a rumble. And it kind of made my hand tingle a little bit, and not in a good way, when I was playing it. I really didn't care for the rumble on here. And above and beyond that, I do wish that the ABXY buttons were a little bit larger, and then we had analog versus digital triggers here. Above and beyond that, it works with Amiibo. Most third-party controllers don't work with Amiibo. It works with the turbo functionality, works properly. Many other controllers don't have a turbo functionality. It will wake your Switch up from sleep. Most third-party controllers don't do that. And as an added bonus, it also works with the Fixture Gaming S1. And I actually have another controller in here, but it does work with that. It's one of only 3 controllers I have found that works with the Fixture Gaming S1. For the money, this is actually a damn good controller with just that rumble, that vibration. It's just bad. Does it ruin the gaming? No, but it is something. If you've played with the Pro Controller and then you play with this, you will notice a difference. Now, if you are looking to pick one of these up, I will have a link down below in a pinned comment where you can go ahead and do so. For the money, you can do a heck of a lot worse. It's pretty comfortable. My hand did not get fatigued. The analog sticks and the D-pad all worked well. Overall, a pretty decent controller for the Switch. Now, if you do have any other comments or questions, as always, you can feel free to email me at rocksolidmail@gmail.com. Send me a message on Twitter at RockSolidStudios. We are on Facebook at facebook.com/RockSolidProductions, Instagram at instagram.com/RockSolidProductions, and we are now mirroring our channel over on Rumble at rumble.com/RockSolidProductions. Lots of different ways you can go ahead and follow us. You can also go ahead, just leave a comment down below if you've got any questions or comments, as always. Now, if you are looking for some additional product reviews for the Switch, some tutorials, how-tos, our original reviews of the Fixture Gaming S1, you can check those guys out right now. Thank you for watching this video. If you would like to support the future of Rock Solid Productions, you can do so by visiting our Patreon page at patreon.com/rocksolid. For as little as $1 a month, $12 a year, you'll get early access to all of our video content, exclusive content, and a whole lot more. You can also become a channel member here on YouTube for as little as $1.99 a month, and with that, you get a badge next to your name when you comment or post on the channel, and you are acknowledged whether you are a channel member or a Patreon supporter at the end of each and every one of our videos. You can also support the channel by visiting our Teespring store on screen now, where we have t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, masks, cell phone cases, and much more. Again, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you soon.